building. Oh, do I have to start
Go
over?
for it. No, just keep going.
Oh, okay. To the Equity Buildings commercial space entrance. The upgrades will bring the non-compliant 9% slope ramp to a compliant 8.33 slope ramp in accordance with the ADA section 405. To accomplish this, we will be removing the existing step, the non-compliant ramp, revolving door, and the glass door. And we will be replacing these items with a new compliant ramp entrance, provide an ADA push button panel to open the 6 feet wide double doors, provide a 24-hour vestibule with ATMs, which will be secure with an after-hour access card reader. The materials will match the existing materials on site. Excuse me, Lucy, will you be, should I just share my
Can we see the presentation?
Oh,
Okay,
there we go.
perfect.
Yeah, that's what, Lucy, do you want me to share my screen or you'll be?
William, can we see you?
That is your preference.
Oh, yes,
because
you
that
guys
way
don't
when you're
see?
it,
I'm sorry.
that is your preference. That way, if you go on to the next
Wait.
page, that's up to you. Which you let
Do
me
you
know.
guys see me? I thought you guys saw me.
Yes, now we can
Now we
see
see you.
you.
Hi.
I
Hello,
gave you
everybody.
the privileges.
Now we
to-
see you.
I have the privilege. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so hold on. Let me share my screen here. Screens. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me know when you see my screen.
You can see it now.
You can? Okay, great. All right, so the equity building, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar
Yeah.
with this. It's an independent individual landmark building. So the entryway I am talking about is right here next to the main entryway. As you can see here, there's a step. And then here, there's this little ramp that's not compliant. And then there's I'll go to the next slide. Oh, so this is the little history put together here. Okay, so the existing conditions, what we have a revolving door that I was mentioning, and then we have a fixed door here, and only one side of the entryway is ramp, and it's not to compliance. And then here is a step. So what we're finding is people who need accessibility are having difficulties getting into the Bank of America, So we want to do something about that. And here, let me blow this up. So here, all this will be sloped into these to the double doors, and in here will be the 24-hour vestibule with 2 ATMs, and then another double door to go into the branch. Here, I believe this is the existing, yes. So I have a little keynote here. So the existing one here, this will be removed. It's an existing glass door, aluminum frame. And then 2 will be the existing revolving door to be removed. And 4 here will be the existing step with the granite to be removed. And 5 here will be the existing ramp with granite to be removed. And 3 here is the existing transium, which will remain up here. Okay. And then here is the proposed. So as you can see, all of this will be ramped. And here on the side here will be the ADA push panel. Here, and then it'll be a new exterior storefront framing system to match the existing dark bronze frame that's there right now. 2 would be a new entrance to the vestibule. a standard series. I've uploaded in this presentation the specs on the doors if you guys want to review it. But this it'll match the storefront framing finish. And 3 is the existing transium and frame which will remain. 4, which is right here, will be the new ADA compliant ramp with an 8.33 running slope and a 2% core slope and landing, which is what is required. And the new finish to match the existing granite stone that's on site now. And a new door, number 5 here, right here, will be the new door pull hardware. And that also, I have a catalog cut if you guys want to review that. And then 6 will be new underside of the soffit ceiling to receive the dark bronze finish to match the storefront frame. And then 7 is the new ADA enunciator push plate, which I discussed, which will be right along here. And then 8 will be the after-hour access card reader mounted on the ring. So you guys can see here. So this is the existing elevation now. So this is the main entrance. Then this is the side. This is the commercial space, and this is the entrance to it. So that's how it looks now. You have a door, and then you have this revolving door here. And then here, better picture to show you the step that's there right now. Here as well, and then the little area here for the ramp. This is it. Sorry, yeah. So this transium will stay remaining. None of this will be, the fact that it'll just be down here, we'll be replacing and sloping this portion to compliance. So this is the proposed. Here, this will be the double doors. All the materials will match existing. As you can see here. And then this is just a reference sheet, the dark bronze that's there. We'll be matching that, and the granite will also be matching that. So there won't be no change. And that is it.
You don't have a section showing how the existing transom
Mhm.
is handled from underneath, because now that transom is going to be like 3 feet or 4 feet or whatever it is, having to cover the ceiling underneath, right?
Right. So I have it here, number 6, new underside of soffit ceiling to receive dark bronze. Let me blow this up a little.
Oh,
So
so it's
this
a
will
metal
be-
finish.
Correct. And I'll show you in the existing picture how it is. See,
But
so
it's not
here, this is
yeah.
the frame right here.
Right.
So this is not going to change. We'll be replacing it like kind.
But it's going to
along
be
with-
deeper because the new doors are pushed back towards the inside of the space.
So the way we are proposing it, I'll go back to the floor plan. It'll stay here remaining. What will happen is in the interior here.
Oh, you're creating another vestibule.
Right, exactly. So here is where, right here would be where the transium is. What we're gonna do is continue it with the soffit, and then here's where we're gonna be creating the vestibule,
Thank you.
which we show, right?
And what's the soffit in the new vestibule? Continuation of the metal?
Correct. And we say it here, the ceiling to receive dark bronze, and I just finish to match storefront frame.
I'm sorry, Jason, I didn't ask. I'm just asking clarifications. Is that okay?
Ooh,
Really, it's
Yes.
not okay, but I'll let it slide this time.
Oh.
Good for you. I deserve that. Can I just ask if the new door configuration,
Yes.
like the stiles and rails and stuff,
Mhm.
is how similar to the adjacent doors or existing door or,
So the finishes will match the existing dark bronze that is there now.
yeah.
Right now, it's going, hold on, wait, where are the pictures?
And the stiles and rails, oh, well,
Correct, correct.
you don't have a lot to work with here in terms of beauty, so sorry,
So,
okay.
right, yeah, we're not going to reinvent any wheel. We are just basically going to keep everything the same. The same dark bronze is what we're proposing, and we indicate that in our
Can we see the new door? Yeah. Zoom in on that a little. Okay.
this door. Oh, sure.
The new door, the proposed door,
Oh,
what we're going to
the
get.
the rendering. Okay, hold
Yeah, whatever you're showing the new design.
on. Okay, well, so this is the whole spec
Yeah,
about
they
the
don't
door
show it
here.
the way. Yeah, yeah.
This is
And then you
show
just
you
buy
here the rendering.
a stock door, right?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
You just
Okay,
buy
yeah.
stock doors.
Hold on, let me. Can you you see it? It'll be the same.
As the main entry,
Correct.
which is it's a step up from what we have existing, right?
Now,
Yes.
what do you mean when you say step up?
Better.
Yes, 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 for
It's
sure.
looking more
It'll be
in
more
harmony.
accessible.
I know the accessible
It'll
part,
be,
that's
yeah.
why you're here, but visually, let's get that over with first. It's
Mhm.
in harmony with the existing center door. I see that
Correct.
you have the handrails and, okay, thank you.
Anybody else have anything to say on the committee? Wow. Okay. So I'm okay with it too. I missed the part. It's gonna be, what's the finish?
The finish will be, oh, bless you,
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
somebody. So the finish is going to match what's there existing.
That
It'll
that kind
match
of
the
brown.
existing dark bronze anodized.
And
What
that's
about
fine.
the other door?
It won't,
Yes.
you said, right?
No.
Because
Well,
the
which
other,
will be okay, right?
well, but the original door from the most historically significant period was what? It was brass, right?
So the side doors were brass just like the center door?
Yes.
I'm asking that. I'm
Oh,
sure it is was, but like
Susan
what?
seems to think yes.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Well,
back.
Susan,
Are you referring to the main entrance? I can
yeah,
give a picture of
the main
that.
entrance is brass still. It
Yes,
looks
you're
like, and it
right.
must have
See,
all been brass at one point. That's what
right
it
here.
was.
Yes.
Then
So
I
is there a
guess
better finish than the anodized bronze and then brass?
Brass
I don't
is
know.
more expensive.
No, I know, but is there an anodized brass coloring that would be more preferable than, I don't know. I'm just,
I mean we
Yeah.
could. I assume there might be, but what we're trying to do is keep it what is here existing.
oh, in the other
And
next.
yeah,
That's great.
because right now this is what's existing on the commercial space entryway, which is at the side, which is located right here. So this is the main entrance, and then
Right.
here is the
I
commercial
understand
space.
that, yeah. We're
Yeah,
good at
so
this stuff and we
It's
know
such
this.
it's such a big building. What does a bay look like that has original fabric in it? Even though I know you're probably not working on it. I guess that's what I kind of want to just, and how is this project like going forward? How do we develop the bays of this building going forward? Are you guys like the sole, applicant for on behalf of the landlord, or because this building wraps around quite like half the block, and so
So,
you know?
Jason,
Correct.
we spent a long time on this building, a large number of years ago, and I think there was a master plan that recognized that there would be retail infill, but that the most important aspects, like that to the right there, was what we were most focused on. You remember that, Bruce, Susan, Vicky?
Well, I think it's worth looking back at how these master plans play out over these
Oh,
years.
Bruce is
'Cause
here, yeah.
did this one work? I don't know. It looks to me like it may end up being a mishmash, even though it's trying to be a master plan. So that's just a general kind of thought about master plans and their effect on buildings that we can take up at a later date. Here, is it a success? We should weigh in. And then, of course, we should weigh in right away on whether we think this particular bay is good to go or not. And so if anybody else wants to say anything, now would be a good time.
I said I have one question. Forgive me, I'm on my phone and I don't know how to, I don't know where the hand is. Anyway,
Oh, it's okay, go ahead, don't worry.
Willa, so, and maybe you said this already and I missed it, but is this going to be insulated? Are these insulated glass panels? Are they double pane?
Yes.
Triple? Yeah. Okay.
yes, for sure.
So I understand the anodized brass surrounds. What color is the glazing gasket going to be? And I would assume, do you have any close-up details of the
Yes, so
glazing
me-
gasket?
what I have, this was uploaded with my presentation when I sent it. I'm not sure if you guys
Okay.
have like a copy of it, but I do have the entry door and all the detailed specs to it. So the finish will be a dark bronze, which is what's existing now. And
Yeah.
that will be for the whole aluminum framing. And
So let me zoom in. So the bronze, but
Yes.
so the
this is what's existing there now. I don't know if you can.
is that
see
going to be
the phone.
visible?
What do you mean?
what
It's
do you mean
visible,
visible?
Jerry.
I'm sorry. So if you could go back to the detail that you just had, the details,
Oh,
the section details, the up close. Yeah. Thank you. So I just want to take a look here. So it looks like the anodized brass goes around and there's a profile. Is that profile also brass or is that going to be
it's gonna
how-
be dark. It's gonna be bronze.
it's going to be bronze. Okay, very
Right.
good. It's not going to be it's not going to be some sort of a plasticized or rubberized
No,
gasket holding it in place. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. Thank you.
you're welcome.
But Jerry, the question is, if in the original building, or as Roger said, in the master plan going forward, if the center door is brass, and this unfortunate event took place to the left, with these ugly brown doors, now that we're redoing it, should we be asking for this to be done in brass as well? Let's not repeat an ugly condition that we have. And what do you think about that?
No, I mean, basically the building, it's an amazing project. Absolutely. It needs to be done with original fabric. It's similar to original fabric.
Right, so
Absolutely.
William, what is the original fabric?
Well, that's for the applicant to,
Right, Willia is her name.
Yes. Will,
Yeah.
yeah, correct.
What is the original
So this
fabric?
is the original,
No,
for,
this is there now.
this is correct. This is what's there now. So I
What
can
was
go
in the
back to these
original
pictures.
building?
The original.
Okay,
The
hold on. Let me
original
go back.
building. When the architect designed this building, yeah. Here,
Yeah, let me see if I could get it closer. So actually, I think this is back in the 1920s. I'm just looking at it from here. It was all windows. There was no entryway here.
No, we're talking about the trims, right? The materiality. Even if it was a window and not a door, it still had a frame. Was that
Right.
frame brass or bronze? And we're saying if it was brass, like the front door, what do
Mhm.
you think about proposing now, instead of doing bronze, we're doing brass? So they used that up a precedent. So next time someone wants to do a window or a door on the right side of the front door, then, you know, we do that in brass, and then we have a complete
I,
facade as per the original design.
Are you talking about a pre-patinaed brass, Vicky, or a bright
Or
brass?
whatever it is now, I don't know. I mean,
Probably
whatever
a
is there
pre-
now. Well, we would get it pre-finished, so it'd be brass forever. It doesn't go green anymore. We don't have acid rain.
So
Yet.
as long as we're going down this road,
They're so clean now, we don't have acid rain. I like that, yeah.
Yeah, honestly. Bruce, you're here. We would like to hear what you think. Because
As long as we're
Roger
going
said
down-
you were there.
as long as we're going down this rabbit hole, and it's become something of a rabbit hole, either it seems to me we approve this with whatever modifications we may want, or we now have to do diligence and go back to the master plan that we finally approved. We worked with them. It was more than one presentation, and it was comprehensive. This was a big deal. So if we're throwing that out the window or not regarding that, then I think we should just go ahead and approve this. And if we're not, if we're dissatisfied, then we should ask the applicant to, come back to us with what was the agreed upon master plan. That would have information in it that I don't think this applicant can answer. I don't think this applicant can divine by herself at this time what the original material was in 19, what is it? Can you scroll down a little bit, please?
1920.
Yeah, I don't think she's old enough to tell us what the original material was in 1920 that we're twisting her arm to tell us about, especially from black and white pictures taken from 25 stories up.
Right, but
There's my opinion.
that doesn't, thank you. And I don't mean to usurp Jason's comment, but just to say that there are ways of finding that out. And the applicant is working on a significant architectural landmark, so why not ask for them to review?
Right.
Oh, I don't disagree. I just think that then we should
So why
direct
don't
the
we
applicant to come back to us with the master plan.
The master plan.
Yeah, like why constantly compromise incrementally all these landmarks? And we just had this happen at one down at at the end of Manhattan, where we did one renovation, then 8 months later, someone else came and there was another renovation, but we had to give it because we approved the first one.
Mhm. So let's do that then.
Jason, yeah, ask them to.
Yeah, Vicky, I'm letting you usurp, but I agree.
Yeah, sound like we have a plan, so good.
Yeah,
I've
we
been
can
on a
move
roll
along.
all
We can
day.
move along.
I've been on a roll, yeah.
I mean,
I'm
but
So-
please send us the copy of the master plan ASAP, so that those of us who know how to read a master plan can do it, even as soon as we have it, and then we can we can tell our comrades here what we think we need to do, because maybe we're making a big deal out of nothing, and I can figure that out.
Jason, may I ask? I mean, Willia, when are you supposed to be before LPC?
Well, right now, there hasn't been a set date.
Right. So could we not, Jason, Vicky, defer this 1 month if there's not been a set date by LPC?
Absolutely.
So this master plan, where can I get a copy?
From the LPC drawings, Willia, we poured over this about 10 years ago.
Who's your staff member? Who's your staff member, ma'am? Who are you working with at staff at LPC?
So I haven't yet worked with anyone at LPC. So
You ever put in an application?
No,
Okay,
because
you got to start there. The first thing you need
Okay.
to do is send all this information to LPC, and then what they're going to tell you is, surprise, there's a master plan, and here's what you need to do to comply. So,
There you go.
so
And
yeah,
that's
I mean,
a
I
good
could,
point.
Lucy, we can send her where to apply. We know, I can show you where to find that very easily and what to do.
Yes, I can.
So let's
Okay.
defer it and schedule it for a review next month, and when William's had the chance to review the master plan.
Correct.
So, Willie, if I can just add here, you will go back tomorrow to the office or have to report. We just want you and the office to understand that we appreciate everything you've done, and, you know, it's very well, packaged. But in the overall scheme of things, and this being, please tell them that we view this as a very important building, liked or disliked, you know, for its zoning issues. It really is an important building. And if we have a chance to do right by it, then this is an opportunity, and we want you to sort of set up this process of executing the master plan, just so that they don't get angry and go, oh my God, what are they going on about? We do have a vested interest in this project, in this building.
Okay. I will report that back to the team.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All
So
right.
we're going to close that
Well,
meeting.
congratulations, it's a wonderful project, and
Yes.
yeah,
Thank you.
it's a wonderful project, so thank you. Set a new precedent is what we're
Why did
asking.
I was on with you?
And
Yes.
also,
Yeah.
you made a nice presentation, which we appreciate. That was a
Oh,
Yeah.
good
thank you.
presentation.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is my first one, so
Well, you did.
I didn't know what to
Thank you,
expect.
Thank you.
I didn't know if it was
Great
gonna be
job.
like,
Great job.
you know, but
I was just gonna ask Vera, did you have any thoughts, or Susan, or?
I remember them brass, and that wasn't that long ago. So I am very
Brass.
happy to, the door, everything matched
Yeah.
15
that's
years
right.
ago or whatever it was. So
Good.
I think we
Just
should
an
be happy.
opportunity to do the right thing, yes.
And we just say
And we
8
will.
or 9, between the 10 and the 15 years ago, I'm getting depressed.
You're getting
Roger
depressed
said
about
10,
what?
you said 15. I mean,
Well, it's around there, Bruce. It could be.
There you go.
Whatever it was.
I'm happy about the rabbit hole we're
Looked
going
better,
down.
and then they went on the cheap. Then they did the cheap. Do you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
didn't want to do the brass, so whatever.
Well, this is an opportunity. I think this tenant can definitely, you know, show goodwill to do the right thing at this massively important building. If they had a rental spot or whatever, you know, at a corner, that makes no difference in the overall scheme, then fine. But this is just too important a building in the history of New York City, because it directly relates to so much of what has come out of this project. So please explain that to your end. We're not being, you know, picky and ridiculous. We do know what we're talking about, and I think they will agree with us if you pass that on.
Will do. Thank you,
Thank
everyone, and I will
you.
see you next month.
Thanks,
Yes.
Leah.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Okay.
Well, I guess this was important to me. After we lost that Moynihan thing at the end of the island, that really, like, you know, taught me a lesson. Don't agree now. I'll come back.
Okay, yeah, let's just leave it on that. This is the landmark worthy buildings in CB1. This is a something that Alice, a pet project that Alice took up. She couldn't be here tonight, but I was kind enough to make this presentation and present briefly some of the buildings that she and I found in our district that aren't in historic districts, extensions, nor are they individual landmarks. So the first one, this is the best. This building, 90 Church Street, if you could believe it, is not a landmark, nor is it part of a landmark district. like a slam dunk. If you're familiar with the building inside and out, it is beautiful. What else can I say about it? Do I need to explain to anybody on here that this building is a exquisite building that should be protected by the landmarks law?
No, but Jason, are you looking for an interior landmark designation as well as exterior?
I think this one meets the criteria. This lobby is amazing as we know it. I'm sure they won't do that or whatever, but certainly the outside. But the inside happens to be very good and very intact. You know, it's the type of building where amazingly on the inside, like even the handrails are marble and original. You know, they haven't been replaced. They haven't been.
Wow.
It's really. I mean, has not everybody mailed a package in this building or spent time in this
I
building?
was gonna say, is this the post office? It's
Yes.
Thank God it was the post office who could never afford to alter or modify it.
Thank
Because-
God.
And it was almost torn down because it was seriously injured on 9/11. But
Oh,
it is fabulous. I can't even believe it's not landmarked. I didn't
Right.
even know
That's
that.
what I could not wrap my head around it, but I confirmed that with my own diligence, which I
Okay.
consider to be good. And so that one I think is easy. We can start there. Does everybody think that's worthy of someone writing? You know, actually, Alice has also volunteered for me to write the request for approvals, whatever they were consideration.
Absolutely.
I would urge that we do what Roger suggested. It can't hurt. Look at that interior detail. It's all intact. It's all real. It's amazing. I mean, that beautiful you know, insert that deco metal, that could all be gone.
Right. No, this is
so-
very complete. It's very complete.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so next, let's do the next one. Next one is, what's the next slide here, Lucy?
Give me a minute.
Okay, sure. Lindy Church, 350 Canal. Another, coincidentally, it's a post office. It's not from the same era. It's from like a latter day era, but it still has, you know, it's got this beautiful terracotta completeness. It's not, you know, destroyed on the outside. The inside is, while not worthy of an interior landmark, you can see in the picture, the materials are really still there. It's amazing how intact this building is. I think that, you know, maybe not everybody can see it, or, you know, just by looking at a map, but from my looking at it on a map, this is obviously a primo site for any sort of big development, tear down thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, then you know, so where does it stack against, you know, a building like 90 Church Street in terms of needing it to be an individual landmark on the outside to be, you know, is it worthy of elevating to that level, and then therefore asking for it to be considered as an individual landmark?
Again, it's blowing my mind that this isn't designated. This picture doesn't do it justice. I mean, there are treatises about this building. It's sort of a minimalist, late deco. It's an incredible building. At some point, the entrance, which turns the corner, which is another beautiful feature. Look at the actual entrance glass and opening. That was ruined at some point. But other than that, this is an amazing building. I can't believe it's not landmarked.
It's not. So we can also write some more information about it. I can do some more research on it so that we can put in a very complete request. And if everybody feels that way, that's something that I've agreed with Alice I would spend some of my time on over the next couple months putting together. So if everybody wants to do that, I'm okay to do that too. 350 Canal. Okay, next slide.
I'm sorry, can I just ask, those windows, they remind me of the Empire State Building, right? The window configuration's kind of tall and then subdivided. I mean, it's lovely, right? Am I
Well,
wrong
it's
about
lovely.
that?
I think of that building more of as a punched opening building, but I'm sure there's some details that are similar. It is a late or deco, thing. So I'm sure there are similar details.
Yeah, and the convex, corner resolution, and then is it convex concave stairs? I mean, brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to do a little. I really don't, like for example, I don't even know who the architect is. It may be out there. We'll figure it out, but let's take a little bit of time and get it right.
Maybe we'll
do that.
help you, chief.
Yes, yes. Okay, next building. Well, this one we know, right? I mean, this is we know that it's even already been requested, so we almost don't need to spend much more time on it. And we obviously know it's an amazing building and all the stigma related to what's going to be happening on that site. So maybe we don't even have to long discuss this beauty. It's not a landmark and not part of a district.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it gets a little bit thinner here. So now we have 137, 139 Center Street. Now that's a nice example of, a sister building situation and a whole block front that's intact. This is also a building where some sort of jail type building was once proposed on the 137 site. It doesn't have the same meat to warrant some sort of individual landmark, I don't think, when you put it up against 90 Church Street. And it's not, it really is outside of the Tribeca East Historic District, such that there's not really continuity between, let's say, Broadway to the east, where that basically, where we basically end some of that Eastern Tribeca Historic District extension. So, what does everybody think about these two buildings, 137 and 139 Center Street?
We talked about them a long time ago. Do you remember, Bruce?
Yeah, we remember. I'm not Bruce, but yeah.
Yeah, Roger too. We talked about it.
I certainly do. There was a whole exercise. There was a group
Yeah,
that was
Yeah.
an outside group pressing for it. There was a proposal for a small building here.
yeah.
Yeah, but
We should
I
do
think,
it. Yep.
okay, all right, so
Let's
we're
do it,
going for a
Jason.
do it. Okay, we're going for a do it kind of mentality.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So then there's another one. What's the next slide? Oh, this is amazing. This building is gorgeous. Obviously it's just beautiful and it's not landmarked and again, not really much to say about it except that it's amazing.
Yeah.
So
And the
this
floor.
is another one.
Canal?
Yeah, West Broadway
Yep.
Canal.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another one. And then what do we have here? What's the next one? Oh, the Cliff Street Station. This is Roger. Roger knows this oh too well because when there used to be a parking lot, he probably passed it every day on the way to work. This has another kind of deco, municipal building. Obviously, if everybody doesn't know, extremely close to where the very first Con Ed, where the first
Substation, electrical.
the first
Substation
electrical station was ever. And it's there's a sister one of these up in Harlem too, which is pretty interesting. So there may even be more. It's that type of building where they would have built maybe 3 or 4 or whatever. So what does everybody think about this one?
No, absolutely. It's a recognition of big electricity coming to Lower Manhattan.
Yeah.
Oh my God, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's another slide. Right, the wrong picture of, I forget the address, Day Street. It's like 18 Day Street or something.
Well, it goes all the way around from Greenwich
Right.
to Liberty. It's the small Century 21 building with the birds on top.
Right.
We don't have that picture, but
Unfortunately, I didn't get that one.
unfortunately, but it's a great building, and I think.
Yeah, I checked. It's
worth
not
it.
landmark.
What age is this building, though, Jason?
Well, could it possibly be of the same?
Deco, right?
Just like the building. I think it's just like the building on Canal, and that little deco bank building that was the Payless. But it's just been stripped of some. The windows have been covered with bent metal, so it's hard to see that. Because the side that I gave the picture of doesn't really do it justice. The other side has the eagles, and it's all carved.
Yeah, it's really fabulous and a great door.
Yeah,
That's-
but I mean, I think from a point of view of success or putting this forward to LPC for success, this building has been heavily modified.
Right.
And I wonder if we're diluting our argument by having all those pure buildings that have got minor modifications to this thing, which has got major modifications. And I don't know what they're doing. You know, they're talking about reopening it. I don't know whether they're
Yeah.
changing any of it.
Well, this is definitely a sticky site. It's
Yeah.
part of a huge. I've seen the studies myself, even, and done some of creating assemblages with this block and tearing down that bigger building because there's a lot of floor area at play here, and owned by a lot of the same people. So, and I'm just noticing from this vantage point, definitely a one-story addition. Maybe the other one was already there, that first level, but. You're right. I think it looks like it was even maybe stripped of some of the things that were on top. So maybe
So
I'll
maybe
go-
as part of the research, we look at
Yeah,
what it really
how old it was.
was
Yeah,
before, because
agreed.
this is the only one that really, breaks down our argument of the purity of what
Yeah,
is there.
I guess Roger and I have been working together too long. I mean, I was going to say exactly the same thing, not only about the building, but that it dilutes our argument for the others.
Yeah.
Right.
As a
Well,
side note, as far
Let's
as
do more
I'm
research on
concerned,
this.
as far as I'm concerned, as a side note, we should leave the building alone and demand that Century 21 be landmarked, because I think half of my clothes are from there.
Yeah.
so
But where? I mean, is that all we've got left? I mean,
Oh,
I'm
right.
sure
I don't.
there
That's
must be
all I
more.
did. That's all I did.
Francis Curtis said we should think about the East River Savings Bank on, I think it's Day and Church.
Very good, Susan. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Francis.
Very
That's
good.
Francis, but she wanted me to remember to say that.
Okay. I'll throw you another one out there. What's that low building on Chambers Street on the north side that's like a Union Trust or something? It's like
That's
a two.
what it is. It's
That's the
the
same.
DC
It's
37
Health
Health,
Trust,
and that is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Health Services, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Very good.
absolutely.
Can we go back to
But isn't-
137, 139
oh,
Center Street?
Wait a minute, on the Chambers Street one side, isn't that already landmarked, that whole area?
No, no, it's on the north side of Chambers. No, it's not.
It may or may not. We have to.
Maybe
It's
a
not.
district, but not individually. Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's not,
No,
Vicky.
it's not. It's not.
So, I'm sorry, are we at the end of the list of?
Yes, we are.
So what was there a discussion about 275, 295 Greenwich? This
Right.
sister
Okay.
Como buildings? I mean,
So does everybody know those buildings? Those are the rental buildings on Chambers that go up to Murray or whatever. What is it, Gerald?
it's,
On Greenwich?
yes, that's right. Chambers, Murray and Warren.
Are you talking
Chambers
about
again?
Greenwich
what's
Green
there?
or whatever.
Pages
Greenwich-
We're talking about the ones on the east side it's really from Reed down to Murray. Those are like, they would just slip in as landmark buildings because they were done in
Chambers,
the
they do
80s.
just slip in. Yes,
They're
and
across from the school, right?
they're
Yeah,
across from 234 and Whole Foods, correct.
and
Those
who,
two,
was
not
it,
the north of Chambers. That's McDonald's, and then there's another brick building, and that's not part of that's not
Right.
the sister buildings, but they are just at the 30-year mark, and
Right.
the lobbies are getting ready to be done within the next. I mean, we have beautiful terrazzo floors. There's beautiful veneered hardwood, very curvaceous interior lobbies. And the proposal is that all the curves that meet the outside of the building, that reflect the outside of the building, are going to be taken out. And the terrazzo floors are going to be covered over with 4 foot by 4 foot black tiles.
Oh, how creative, sorry.
Yeah.
I also think
just suggest that.
I also think if we're going to do this, which is terrific, that Alice has promoted and suggested, I think we should step back and think of cultural landmarks. I mean, my heart breaks every time I walk past, what's it called, Bruce, on West Broadway. You're on mute, Bruce.
You're muted, Bruce.
Said you said it, and that was 25 years ago. That's El Teddy's.
El Teddy's.
Kills me.
And we kind of got worn down with that, but it's one of the biggest regrets I've ever had, because look at what's there now. And if El Teddy's was there, look at the Chelsea Hotel. Look how the Chelsea Hotel has made Chelsea become the bohemian new generation for the people who don't remember it like it was. If El Teddy's was still there. So I wonder, Yaffers and some of the old places, Walkers, Puffy's, these are cultural landmarks down here. And the Cotton Exchange that used to be
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Which Cotton Exchange? The one is
It used
Landmark.
to be not Montrachet, Chanterelle back in the 90s.
That is
Yes,
landmark.
yes.
Oh no, that building is the one next to it is.
Right. So, I think Alice has done a great thing in reminding me anyway of some of this. But I think it would be lovely if we're going to do this to go back to some of those arguments about cultural landmarking, because we have a lot of that, and it would be, I'd help you on that, Jason, to expand this out to some of these beautiful cultural landmarks we have downtown.
Yeah, and a good example, I mean, it's not exactly the same, but they down on Fulton and Cliff, I guess, where there's a brand new building for years, they actually keep maintaining this plaque that tells all about the first substation that was there. And it's like, they don't have to do that.
That's
and
right.
It feels like very good that they did it, It's so important.
I think a lot of landowners would now support this because they realize what the value is of historic tourism and all this stuff.
If I'm going in the weeds here, just stop me. But what Roger is saying about El Teddy's was so important that Adam Gopnik did a huge piece in the New Yorker about our fight to save it. And in all modesty, he said of me, embarrassingly, by night I work to preserve Tribeca, and by day I sell off pieces of it. So
only you would remember that, Bruce.
By the way, what Gerald said, that was Cruz and Sampton in their heyday. That strip, that was the Washington Market, the Washington Market. What do they call urban renewal district? And wonderful buildings were torn down that will just be like all of our other landmark district buildings in Tribeca, except that it was urban renewal. And while it has architectural significance and was appreciated in its day, the Cruz and Sampton era of postmodernism, I'm not a big fan of it. And what you're asking to preserve on the interior won't help you, because they're certainly not landmark level interiors. They may be interesting and they may be changing them in an unfortunate way, but that won't be landmark no matter what. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. But I think this is a great initiative, and unfortunately I have to leave in 3 minutes. But I mean, I think I think we should compile this as a fairly substantial piece of work, because doing it that way, I think, will be more successful. And now we've got LPC on the back foot for a change. I think we should go for the jugular and remind them of all these things that we have down here that they've always said they're too busy to consider.
Okay, Vicky.
Yeah, I'll just say, in the limited time that I looked for these, I was very shocked to find some that were so fantastic.
Yeah.
So I know there's a couple more out there for sure.
Yeah, we have to go.
Vicky and Jason, I think Andrew Jury wanted to speak about 139 Center Street, because that's where her professional office
Yes,
is.
please.
I mean, obviously don't have the architectural background, as most of you do, but as someone who works in the building and sees it up close every day, you speak about diluting, petitioning other buildings. The building of 139 and itself the outside is pretty much has been changed a lot, and the interior is completely gutted. So it has no bearing to what's on the outside. and the lower, area has also been redone completely. So I don't know if, adding that to the, to list, would it dilute, the other buildings? 137, it's from the time I've been there, it's pretty much been covered by scaffolding, so I can't really speak, on the outside. But the inside also has been like changed completely, from what is on the outside as well. So there's no kind of interior and exterior kind of coherence.
Yeah, I'll just say one thing about that connection. It's very rare. In fact, you could probably say there's less than 15 interior landmarks designated. So when we look at criteria, we don't link those things as strongly as the example shows in, for example, 90 Church or whatever, 90 Church or Center, whatever I said it was. So, but yeah, that's all good information. And I think we should get the whole list together and see which ones dilute the greater list. And I think we're maybe halfway there. We can regroup and then do the work to get these things written up, the top 10 or so.
Great work, Jason. Great work.
Thank you.
Jason, if I may, I
Thanks,
want to
guys.
respond to Bruce about 275 and 295. I really feel like the comment was, I appreciate it, but I actually feel like the comment is somewhat elitist. The interiors are absolutely stunning. The exteriors, I can't think of too many places around Tribeca that have that have sister buildings like that. They need some care and whatnot, but we just, the buildings just underwent complete facade, local law 11 facade restorations. And, I really do believe that they contribute significantly to the, to the district. They were there in 9/11, and again, I mean, the whole notion of POMO is streamlines classicism to some degree, and I personally am pulling away from classicism these days, but nevertheless, they're significant buildings. So I just like to add that
There.
2 cents. Thank you.
They're there, and so we're gonna look at the list, as Roger
Right.
said. So
But
let's.
I do
leave there.
object to, I do inject.
We don't have to
object.
do that now.
But I can speak for myself, Susan. I do object to the political incursion. If you ask me, what's an important architectural landmark that was widely hailed when they were built is Independence Plaza. They may be obsolete now architecturally, but they were incredibly hailed brutalist architecture and probably the best Mitchell-Lama design of all. And that surely can't be called elitist of me, since there are 1,000 mixed income people in there.
Okay. I unfortunately have to go. Okay.
That was
Thanks, Sean.
that was definitely an exciting ending, and I'd like to see you guys in person soon, hopefully with my list.
Okay.
And
Lucy
thank
has
you,
her hand
everybody.
up, Jason.
Oh, Lucy, yes.
I'm sorry, Jason. So just so I understand, you're gonna wait a few months and then prepare a resolution and compile the list, correct?
How about this? I prepare
Yes.
a resolution that we have these ideas and we think there's a list, and the list is going to get longer, and then I'll use that at the meeting to get some more support for people thinking about it, and then we'll write the formal letters. That's where the work is, the letters to landmarks. So
Okay. So
How's that
before we
sound?
leave, then we need to take a vote on that.
Right.
That's what you're intending to do.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we lost Roger 5 seconds, so I apologize.
we'll get him.
Okay, and I need cameras on real quickly. Those who do not have their camera, so I'll just go quickly with any opposed, any abstain, any recusals, motion carries. Thank you, Jason, for.
Good night, guys. Thank
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Night.
Thank you.
Right.